Okay, guys, so we are going to do the break, well, part of the break that was originally scheduled for Tuesday night, the 14th. And most of you, all of you, hopefully by now know that I started having some internet issues. Time Warner Spectrum has been here zillions of times, what seems like. It's still not fixed. Their latest theory is that it has something to do on the main line. They're telling me 7 to 10 days. Could be up to 7 to 10 days. So could be 1 day, could be 5, 7, 10, whatever. They're worthless. But anyway, in the meantime, I do have download, variable speed download. Sometimes works okay, sometimes doesn't. The problem is the upload speed. And the upload is what we need for live streaming, of course. So this is being done as a locally recorded break. I sent everybody a message on eBay Messages explaining this so you know what's happening so that you don't have to continue waiting. So I'm going to do the break now. It is being recorded locally. Tomorrow, I'm going to go to a public Wi-Fi spot. I'm going to transfer this, I guess, to a portable hard drive. Then we'll go to a public Wi-Fi spot, and I should be able to upload it from there. Because, yeah, so that's the deal. So here's what we're going to do before we do anything else. Hopefully, is that going to show that? You know, this autofocus is such a pain. Let me just go ahead and change the autofocus right now and see if we can't make this focus up a little closer and not worry about zooming in and out and all that. See what that did. Okay, so this is my cell phone to show you that it is Thursday, November the 16th at 7:13 p.m. when we start this break. And I'm just going to keep my phone sitting back here in the background. Well, if it'll sit there in the background, so that there is, maybe over here is better, so that there's you know, it's visible. There's the clock on there. I'll bring it up to the forefront again when we wrap up the break so that it will be evident what time we finish it. You can match it all up, and that's the only way I know to kind of ensure the integrity of what we're doing, since I am not able to live stream it currently. So on our spreadsheet, you'll see the first thing up here, of course, is the 5-star baseball. We did get the 5-star baseball done on time that night. The internet was going in and out, but we finally got it up long enough, and everybody saw the recap. So that is not being broken tonight. That was broken on schedule. The things that weren't broken because it went back down are what we're going to break right now. So first up is 3 boxes of 2017 Panini Immaculate Football. This is a half case break. It is break number 1. This is a case I split with someone, so these came to me as loose boxes, and that's how we're going to break them tonight, of course. 3 loose boxes, which is half a case. The eBay end date was 11/14. Our original live stream schedule was also 11/14 at 10:15 Eastern. As you can see, rescheduled for 11/16/17. That's tonight. As a locally recorded break, and then will be uploaded to YouTube. And it just says what I've already told you, which is check your eBay messages if you don't know what this is about, but I think you probably do by now. Team names are on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right. We're going to buzz down through here for a minute. There is one in here, right here, the New Orleans Saints. That person did not want to wait, so they canceled their bid. So the New Orleans Saints is basically no bidder, and everything else is as you see it. So let me grab it here. Then after this, we'll be doing hoops, and then I will stop this particular recording because that will wrap up the breaks from the 14th after we do Immaculate and hoops, since 5-star was already completed. And then I'll start a new recording for all the memorabilia and the breaks that were on the 15th. I think it was memorabilia and maybe prime signatures and black gold, I think is what we were looking at. So once again, guys, I'm sorry for all this. You cannot even imagine how frustrated and angry and upset that I am. I know that doesn't help you because you just want to get what you paid for, and I don't blame you. But man, Time Warner / Spectrum has been a nightmare with this. I mean, it has been awful, awful, awful. And it all started with those idiots digging something up in my backyard then I come to find out to fix something at a neighbor's yard anyway, and then I end up in this mess. So, there you have it. And it's so weird that it's not both, you know, you would think if I'm going to have no upload, I would also have no download. But the people that I spoke to most recently said that they have seen this kind of thing before. It's something called a FEC, I think is what he said, FEC. I don't even know what that is. On the main line, and something to do with ingress and egress and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. So eventually they'll get it fixed. I don't have any other listings. I've listed nothing new in several days. Once these problems started, I stopped listing. And there were some listings obviously already up. Those listings have been playing themselves out because, you know, every day they tell me it's going to be fixed, and then every day it isn't fixed. And so there you go. I should have just canceled them all and been done with it and relisted them, but I didn't know. Now I do. So when you next see listings go up for me, whenever that may be, you will know. It feels like there's something stuck in there. You will know at that point in time that the issue has been resolved, because I'm not going to start listing again until it is resolved and a stable connection. So hopefully we don't have to go through anything like this again. But enough of that. Let's see what we can find in here. First out, what is that? This little piece of fuzz, I guess. Jerry Rice /99 for the 49ers. That is followed by Justin Tucker for the Ravens. That is numbered to 25. And that is a Pro Bowl swatch. Pro Bowl uniform, of course. And you will notice a little bit of chipping down there maybe in that lower right corner. Nothing too extreme, but a little tiny bit. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, how about a little Leonard Fournette love coming out for the Jags with the tag out of the cap, or the hat size, whatever you want to call it. It's out of a hat, out of a player hat, of course. And it is 1 of 3. If you can catch that down there in that bottom edge. That's a nice little hit for the Jags with the Fournette. Trying to get this, keep those base cards separate. We're going to follow that up with Deonta Foreman for the Texans. That is numbered to 99 with the eye black signature there. Oh, boom. My Pittsburgh Steelers. That is to 99, Josh Dobbs. Triple materials, on-card auto. A little bit of chipping I see once again, lower right on that one. So not a perfect card out of the pack, but then again, most of them are not. And then Evan Ingram coming out for the Giants. That's a nice 2-color patch, another on-card auto, and it is 15 of 99. And once again, I see a little bit of chipping, that one in the lower left, maybe a tad in the lower right as well. Actually, a little bit in the upper right. This one has, yeah, most of the corners on this one have very minor imperfections, you know, called chipping usually. You guys probably all already knew that, but Brandon Marshall to 99 for the Giants. Base card. All the base in here is numbered, of course. J.J. Watt to 25 for the Texans. Nice big piece of material there for J.J. Lower right, little chipping. Oh, yeah. Wayne Gallman with the Nike swoosh. Love it. That is off of gloves, rookie gloves. And it is number 1 of 15 for Wayne Gallman. And like the others, you know, some minor edge and corner issues. Some dual signatures for the Chargers, Mike Williams and Phillip Rivers. That is numbered to 10, and it is always nice to pull the dual signatures, and especially when they're for the same team, because then we don't have to worry about somebody walking away empty-handed by way of random, so that worked out. Josh Malone for the Bengals to 99, and that is kind of an acetate type finish, for lack of a better word. Acetate may not be the correct word to use there, but that's kind of what I think it is. Kenny Golladay to 99 for the Lions. Nice 2-color patch on card auto. And little imperfection again down there and maybe up here as well. And then our third and final box out of this, Lance Allworth for the Chargers is our base card, numbered to 99. Malcolm Mitchell for the Patriots, that would help if I didn't have it upside down, numbered to 25. And definitely a ding lower right-hand corner on that one. That one's much more obvious than some of the others have been. Mike Evans for the Bucks and Jameis Winston for the Bucks. Dual materials numbered to 10. Both nice patches for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ron Jaworski for the Eagles to 99, signed on the eye black. Which is really, I think, just kind of a sneaky way to get by with, like, not having some on-card autos, you know, in Immaculate that still look cool by using the eye black instead of a sticker. Joe Williams, numbered to 99 for the 49ers. Sorry, I got distracted. I saw some threads and things off of that piece of material up there in that upper quadrant, and I got distracted momentarily by the hanging thread. And then Cooper Kupp for the Rams wraps us up. That is also to 99. Also some, just some kind of general edge wear. You know, I see a few little odds and ends places. I'm sure you see them for the most part as well on the camera. Definitely this upper left. Now that's a very obvious one up there in the upper left. So let's recap our Immaculate. I'm not going to read off all the numbers again, but we're just going to take a look at the front and back of everything. Shipping-wise, this should get out the door Saturday probably, I would expect. That's what I'm going to anticipate anyway, that I get it on the way on Saturday. I know some of you have 5-star mixed in, you know, along with Hoops and or Immaculate Football. So that's another reason I went ahead and made the decision to, one of many reasons, I should say, that I made the decision to go ahead and do this as a locally recorded break. Because, you know, nobody wants to wait. I wouldn't want to wait if I were in your shoes. I've had two before. I had one breaker last year about Christmas time, I guess it was. Oh, I see something in the lower left. Don't know if I called it before on that Wayne Gallman, but there's definitely some chipping in the lower left on the front of that card. Somebody had a death in their family, and yeah, they were off for a couple weeks. And so, yeah, we waited on that one. Of course, that's understandable, you know. I mean, what are you going to do? Some chipping there. But it was one of my first breaks that I had done on eBay with someone. So I was having, you know, and they didn't send a message. I guess they had posted a video to YouTube letting people know what was going on. But I stupidly hadn't gone there, so I didn't know what was going on. And then, of course, once we found out, then it all made perfect sense. But anyway, my point of the story is I know it's not fun to wait when you're expecting it to happen. You want it to happen. I get that. And if I could have, I would have. I have yelled and yelled and yelled at Time Warner, and it hadn't gotten me very far. So we are going to be at Hoops next, and let's go back over here to our spreadsheet. Hoops is a 5-box break. It is a quarter case break, and this is break number 3 of Hoops. This is the second break out of this case because I had some loose boxes that I did as a half case. That was another split case that we did as one break, and then we did the first quarter of this as break number 2. This is the second quarter out of the current case, making up break number 3. Same as before, our original end date was 11/14. Our original live stream schedule was also 11/14, and of course rescheduled for tonight 11/16 as a locally recorded break uploaded to YouTube tomorrow after the fact. And team names on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right. You will see there are a number of teams in here that are marked as no bids buyback. Those are unloved, unwanted orphan teams. And if anything comes out for one of those, it hangs out here with me. Otherwise, if it comes out for one of you guys, it will go out the door probably on Saturday. That's my guess. I mean, it's possible always that some of it could go into Monday, but I plan for it to go on Saturday. So we've got all these boxes. I guess we're going to have, what, 15 boxes. I don't know which end I numbered them on the last time, but if I numbered it on the same end, we'll worry about that later. So we're going to do same thing I always do when we're busting out of a case like this and doing a partial case. I'm going to number each of these on the end, and then we will let random.org decide which one we're going to open tonight, provided that the download speed is up to par tonight. And it was, when I checked the break, download was okay. Upload, well, it never would even finish the speed test. That's how slow it was. It's timed out, stalled out. But the last speed test I got to go through for my upload speed showed less than half a megabyte. Yeah. And I pay for 20 MB, and I had less than half. So you can imagine I can get exactly nothing done. Not one little tiny thing. All right, let's go to, what am I trying to do? We're trying to go to random, aren't we? What did I do with random? There it is. Now let's see if I can get you over where I am. Here we go. All right, so you saw me number there our 15 boxes that are remaining out of that particular case. And let's get them in here. Because there are plenty of items, I'm not going to worry about hitting random more than one time. We're just going to hit it once. And whatever 5 boxes come up first are the ones we will open. That is 1, 15, 13, 8, and 12. And I better write that down. Fine. Something to write on. All right. 1, 15, 13, 8, and 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. You know, I know that sounded weird, right? I'm just like sitting there counting it out. But you know, sometimes when there's that many numbers in there, you just look at things. 5, 6, 7, there's 8. And you have to look at them twice. What else do we need? 12, 13, and 15. That one's 11. So 12, 13, no to 14, yes to 15. Okay, so these are all for another time. And Hoops really hasn't been breaking all that well. I mean, not that that's a huge shock. I mean, Hoops is not like the premier product or anything of the year, but a couple things there. One is you kind of had to buy it if you had any hope of getting the good stuff, because basketball is crazy short printed this year, all of it. And then secondly, I kind of like getting some of the first, you know, autograph rookie cards when they're in uniform, and Hoops gives us the chance to do that. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the other 10 boxes, though. The other half of that case. I am not sure. I may put them up for sale and just sell them as sealed boxes, because I have lost, I mean, several $100s on what I've opened of Hoops so far. Not like a little bit of money, like a lot of money. So I don't know if I want to keep breaking it, or if I'm going to sell it as boxes, or if we'll do some mixers. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Doesn't matter right now anyway, because can't do any more listings until Time Warner sees fit to fix my internet upload speed. So in each of these boxes, we're going to find a bunch of inserts of various types, and we should also find 2 signatures. I can tell you from past breaks, sometimes one of those signatures is replaced with a Panini rewards point card. If that is the case, we put all the teams into random.org. We hit randomize once, and whatever team's on top will get that rewards point card if we find one of those. The other thing I can tell you that happened in the very first break, where I had split a case with someone and I had 10 boxes out of that case. And 2 of the 10 boxes only had 1 hit in them, period. Like 1 autograph, no points card to replace it with or anything. Just the 1 autograph, which happened not once but twice. So I thought was pretty lame. That doesn't usually happen. The points card thing, yeah, Panini will hook you on that a few times, but usually not leaving stuff out altogether. Now we're going to buzz through the base of this pretty good little clip, and most of the inserts are going to be numbered to 2017. We might find a few, well, we probably will find a few that are numbered to 99 or 199, but a lot of them will be the road to the finals, and most of the road to the finals are numbered to 2017. So in that case, you know, like I don't even read the number off when they're that high, but when they're lower, I do, of course. And same as with Immaculate Football that we opened a minute ago, and obviously the 5-star baseball, which we opened the original night it should have been opened. I expect this will also ship on Saturday. All right, so that's the thing that just makes me crazy about hoops, is we will flip the way the cards go 50 times before we're done with this break. Marcus Smart, backstage pass for the Boston Celtics. That's one of the nicer looking inserts, and should find a few of those throughout. We'll also find some that say, hit the camera, sorry. We'll find some that say, "We got next." Those are usually our rookies, and we'll find, oh my goodness, we'll find a handful of those usually. Buddy Hield, team leaders insert for Sacramento Kings. Dennis Smith Jr. rookie went by. This is one of the road to the playoffs I was talking about. I'll show you this one because it's the first one out, and it's actually to $9.99, which is lower than most of them. Most of them are to 2017. And there's also some Kobe Bryant inserts in here, and there's some Shaquille O'Neal inserts, and there's one of the Shaqs, NBA 2K18. Patrick Beverley for the Clippers, numbered to 199 on that insert. So, you know, of course everybody's buying the Lakers, hoping for Lonzo, but I tell you, man, that little Kuzma, is it Kuzma or Kuzma? Well, maybe Kuzma. Anyway, I think he might be the one you end up wanting to buy and hold on. This is numbered to 99, Ian Clark for the Warriors. Tip-off insert. Because I think that kid, that Kyle, is it? Yeah, well, let's go with Kyle. You know it's one of the two, Kuzma or Kuzma. I think it's well, now I don't know. Anyway, he's already proven himself to be good, and I think he might end up being really good. He might end up being the reason you want to buy the Lakers instead of Lonzo. That one is to 2017 on that road to the finals. There's one of our Kobe inserts. We'll find a bunch of those as we go along the way. Action shots insert. Those are not numbered generally. Another Shaq insert. I think they must have just made some kind of a deal with whatever video game maker puts out NBA 2K18. Because otherwise, why would those inserts have that on it? We got next Malik Monk for the Hornets. Nice little rookie insert. We find, actually, we'll set that one aside. We'll find a few of those. Chris Paul to 99 for the Clippers, or I'm sorry, for the Rockets. I'm so used to him being the Clippers. But you will see it does say Rockets on there, even though he's in his Clippers uniform somewhere on here. Yeah, right there it'll say the date that he was traded, and of course has the Rockets on the back as well. Rudy Gobert for the Jazz to 199. Markelle Fultz, rookie. That's actually one of the reasons I always sort these from the back. I don't sort from the front when I do hoops, because I think sometimes I have the tendency, especially on players that you so strongly associate with one team, you know, you see their name or you see the uniform and you just like almost auto sort it into the original team. So I always do hoops sorting from the back. So the only thing I see is the team logo. Make sure I don't mess it up. It's easier to do than you might imagine. Jonathan Isaac, we got next for the Magic. For the Celtics, oh boy, I can't pronounce either name. Gershon maybe is the first name. Yabusel, well, we're going to go with Gershon. It is a sticker auto. It looks like it should be numbered, but I don't see any numbers on it. And I don't even know that player. So there you go. First out is the Celtics, but I don't know who that is really exactly. So I don't know if that's a good hit or not. Russell Westbrook, team leaders. And a Malik Monk and a De'Aaron Fox rookie card back-to-back. My former UK Wildcats. Brandon Ingram for the Lakers in the courtside insert. I think that's a nice looking insert in this series of hoops. Overall, their card design was pretty good this year, I think, for hoops. Of course, Donruss Basketball came out yesterday, along with some other stuff. But again, can't list it yet. You know why. Oh, nice hit. Lakers. Magic Johnson. Boom. Loving that. Nice little hit for the Lakers. There's a lot of special delivery insert. There's a lot of veteran hits, autograph hits in hoops this year. More so than normal, I think. But hey, when they come out as Magic Johnson, like, I'm cool with that. But I always kind of associate hoops with the rookies. I mean, for obvious reasons. It's the first product with them in their rookie uniforms. So you always kind of think there will be more rookie autographs, but haven't been the case this year. TJ Leaf we got next for the Pacers. Another road to the finals. That again is going to be to 2017. Upside down Kobe with his trophy. Now that was upside down Vince Carter and Diallo. Drew Holiday picture perfect insert. All right, I'm going to set these off to the side. For those of you who don't know, I do have more mats off to my right. I use those that area for sorting. So your cards always stay on the mat, and then they get sorted and go into top loaders or sleeves or team bags or whatever they're going to go in for shipping. So they always stay nice and safe. That's one reason I didn't want to do this at, say, Starbucks or something, because a couple people said, hey, why don't you just like go to a Starbucks and do it? Well, A, some of these breaks are pretty long. B, you know, it's kind of noisy in there, so trying to hear anything above the noise probably wouldn't be great. But even above and beyond both of those considerations, I just don't think it's a safe environment to break cards and collectibles, you know? I mean, aside from the fact that once they're out of the pack, then you got to worry about transporting them back here to be, you know, prepped for shipping and sorting and all that. And I think that just opens the door to potential damage or issues that you wouldn't otherwise have. But then even greater than that fear is my fear that something would happen, like someone would trip and pour their coffee all over them or who knows what. I mean, I don't like doing something like this in one of those kind of environments where you can't control the variables. So, because, you know, I did have a couple people suggest that, and it is a good suggestion if it were something that, you know, you didn't have to worry about those kinds of things. Or maybe if it was just, you know, like one item in one box or one pack of 5 cards in one box or something, that might be different. But I just couldn't see it being feasible. And of course, upload speed also becomes an issue there. I mean, anywhere really that somewhere, if someone's not paying for very high speed upload, because, you know, HD streaming, oh gosh, HD streaming takes up, that was fun. Now I've busted up my little tripod and everything. HD streaming takes up a lot of data and bandwidth, as you know. And, you know, that's why I pay for 20 megs of upload. I mean, nobody you'd ever need 20 megs of upload just as a regular, like, sitting around shopping online kind of thing. But to do long break streaming in HD, you need a lot. And I haven't found anybody that's got anything beyond, like, the basic internet package that also has a spot in their house where they'd say, yeah, you can go set up for couple days, because that's what it would be, you know. I'd have to move the whole setup over there and then get everything sorted and shipped and out the door before it moved, you know, again. And nobody really wants me to move into their house for a few days, at least nobody I asked anyway. They're like, no. We got next Tyler Lydon for the Nuggets. And honestly, most of them have pets or kids or something anyway, which would make me super nervous. Like if I had to leave stuff and again, variables I can't control. A little Frank Jackson for Nola. Sticker auto on Frank Jackson. Got him right off the bat. Victor Oladipo to 199. Thought about hotspot too. Somebody also suggested use my cell phone for a hotspot, which that, on the face of it, seemed like a pretty good idea until I looked at it a little further. And of course, I don't have unlimited data. I know, I should, but I don't. Still on a Verizon plan that doesn't have it. Bam Adebayo we got next for the Heat. So, yeah, so that would be a problem because that would burn through an unbelievable amount of data. Again, HD live streaming with, yeah, a lot. So that kind of ruled that out. And I don't know if that, I mean, I guess Verizon would have enough bandwidth to do that. I don't know. 2017 numbered on that one. I've never tried to live stream in HD, like in a setup like this from my phone. And I know the phone wouldn't be the camera, but if it were acting as the hotspot, obviously it's still got limitations in terms of memory and all that jazz. Well, data, I should say. Not really memory, but data. Chris Stapps, Picture Perfect. Well, At least they left me with TV and phone tonight, so that's the good news. The other day, of course, originally they had said they thought it might be the line to the house. In fact, one guy said, he was like maybe the third person out here, third or fourth, I don't know, I've lost track. And he said, oh, he found a nick in the line to the house, and he was certain that was it, and da-da-da-da. Yeah, so when they pulled that, of course, I had nothing. And then then they had to get a contractor to come and bury it. Isn't that weird? Yeah. Because they said, Time Warner people say they're not allowed to bury a line. Even if they've installed it. They say they can't bury it because it goes under the sidewalk or something, and they're not allowed to do that, and it had to go through a contractor. So then you have to wait on the contractor just to show up when they show up. I thought that was just weird. Marcus Smart, Celtics with 2 hits so far in this break. Kemba Walker, courtside. I don't know. I also don't know how they can justify telling you, yeah, we're going to send somebody to work on the main line, but it could be anywhere from up to 10 days, actually, is what they said. Up to 10 days. They said 7 to 10 days on the contractor coming to finish the work with the new line, but I managed to get them out here much faster than that because I threw a fit. I know, that's awful, isn't it? But, I mean, this is ridiculous. Come on. I don't think anybody would be happy. Delon Wright, backstage pass for the Raptors. Jaylen Brown, special delivery. Okay, I thought maybe it was just going to be a couple, but it's a whole lot of them, so we'll flip the stack. Wilt Chamberlain, Legends of the Ball. Markelle Fultz. Harrison Barnes, team leaders for the Mavericks. Here's a little Ben Simmons to 99. He has proven to be worth the wait so far, right? I mean, yeah. You never know sometimes how they're going to come back after surgery or an injury. But he has come back quite nicely. And so has Embiid. Goran Dragic. Sixers are going to be good this year. They're probably going to be really good next year. Get a little more time under their belt playing together and all that. Oscar Robertson, triple-double insert. Lauri Markkanen, we got next for the Bulls. I'll just do both of those. Right there they are, side by side, the last two out of that. So that was box number 2 of 5 that we just finished up there. Getting ready to start on box 3 of 5. I don't know exactly what time we started, but it feels like we're making a reasonably good time. It's 7:50. We started at 7 something. I don't remember 7 what. An empty box there. My phone is buzzing. It's some kind of news alert or something probably. It buzzes all the time from ESPN especially. I've got so many alerts set up. I'm going to change the... Maybe I need to see if that makes... I don't know, I think that's worse. I think that's back out of the... Where I hit the camera a while ago, I was just trying to get the alignment back so that the maximum amount of light flows in, while still obviously being able to keep the cards in frame when we're looking at them without having to do anything weird in that regard. It's kind of lonely not having chat. I'm used to interacting with you guys while we do the breaks. These used to have more than 24 packs in a box. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of Topps. Topps always has 36 packs of like their equivalent brands like this. Of course, they don't do basketball anymore, but you know, like Topps Series 1, Series 2 update like that. If you got the wax, not the jumbo, it's usually 36 packs. For some reason, I thought this was too, but I guess not. I mean, obviously, these are only 24, but I'm talking about in past years. Was it 24 or 36 packs? Oh, no. Can't remember. Jonathan Isaac we got next for the Magic. Dwight Howard to, I think that, what does that say? Yeah, $199 for the Hornets. Still not used to Dwight Howard being a Hornet either. MKG, little Michael Kidd-Gilchrist for the Charlotte Hornets, ex-UK player. You guys know by now, I went to school at UK, so I like seeing my former Cats turn up in whatever it may be. Tends to be more basketball than anything else, but we have a few in football, a few in baseball. Hopefully more. We're getting better in both football and baseball than we were once upon a time. Jokic team leaders. I know I left some of those upside down. For sure I did. But honestly, why do they have to change directions every 5 seconds? Panini's always been like that. This road to the finals is numbered to 2017. Devin Booker highlights insert. That was a crazy game, 70-point game out of that kid, man. Of course, you know I'm biased because of where he graduated or where he went to. Where he played college ball. I'll get that out in a minute because he did not graduate. He was out way before then. But I will say it's pretty cool. A lot of our pro athletes who are still actively in the pros have come back and finished their degrees at various points in time. That's to 199 on the Allen Williams. Because UK's always had lifetime scholarships, so they can come back and, you know, our athletes can come back and complete their degree whenever they want. And we've had some come back and walk across the stage many years later, which I think is pretty cool, honestly. Kevin Durant, courtside. Because, I mean, really, how many of us could say at their age, you know, like you're 18 years old, somebody's offering you millions of dollars to go play the sport that you love, and you're going to get, not all of them, but many of them, quite wealthy. Like, would you come back and get your degree? I don't know. I mean, I probably wouldn't have. I mean, just to be blunt, I probably would not have. I don't know. Dominique Wilkins special delivery. I tell you what, unless we see somebody in here that is amazing and turned upside down, this one's to 2017. We're just going to leave them turned upside down for right now. And then, you know, we'll flip them when we need to. Magic Johnson, Legends of the Ball. Because so many of these are things we've seen anyway. Ah, Kings with a little Frank Mason. And what is that? See, this is where I forget you guys are not on chat. I'm like looking over where chat would be and getting ready to ask you, what is that pattern called again? Because I have a hard time remembering the names of all the Panini patterns. Markelle Fultz we got next for the Sixers. And then, of course, that doesn't really do me any good because, yeah, there is no chat because we can't do the live stream and we're doing it as the locally recorded break instead. Road to the Finals, that one is to $9.99 because it was a second round game. Kyrie Irving highlights. Patrick Patterson, who's with the Thunder now. You guys probably noticed he was still in his old uniform, but the card name, the team name on the card did correctly reflect the trade going to the Thunder. For the Raptors, number 25 of 25 for the Anunoby. And that was box 3, rolling into box 4 right now. All right, stay back there, Pax. So if you missed me saying it earlier, if you are interested in 5-star that ended on the same night, that actually did break as a live stream that night. But right after we started it, seconds after I got everything out of the case and the, plastic cut and the packs out of the boxes, the live stream went down, and I kept going, of course, because once it's out of the case and out of the box and all that, I'm not going to cut the feed at that point. So I kept going. And then right as we were finishing it up, and I was responding to people in chat and typing in that we were going to have to reschedule Hoops and Immaculate because of the feed having gone down. Feed came back up for a minute. So we did the recap and everything right there so that everybody could see that the night of. But then there was no way I wanted to try to do Hoops and Immaculate knowing that would be hour to an hour and a half to get through all that, and with the feed already cutting in and out. I didn't go on with those because they were still in their boxes and cases, or they were loose boxes. Already out of the case in both instances, so. Oh, I forgot Steelers are playing tonight for Thursday Night Football. Not a fan of the Thursday night games. Not a fan at all. I wish they would do away with them. I mean, because somebody's going to get screwed every single week because there's not enough rest time in there. From Sunday or Monday to Thursday. I mean, I don't think they'd ever obviously schedule a Monday night team to also play on Thursday night. But, of course, they're scheduling Sunday night teams to play on Thursday night, which isn't all that much better. That is to 2017. All those first round road to the finals will be to 2017. There's a little Lonzo we got next for the Lakers. Highlights the big cat, Karl Anthony Towns. Marc Gasol. Whoops. If we can get him. Oh, there. Marc Gasol backstage pass insert. What about Lonzo's little brother shoplifting in China? Like, who does that? 3 of those kids. You know, the one report said they stole sunglasses from somewhere. And then another report said they actually stole stuff from 3 different stores. That's to $9.99. That's a second round road to the finals insert. But in either case, I would say, honestly, they're pretty lucky that the president was over there, team leaders Julius Randle. Because, you know, it kind of probably would have been a PR problem for them if they had kept those kids with the president visiting at the time. So they, in that sense, they got lucky. But I can't believe those kids did that. This is terrible. D'Angelo Russell, you'll notice he is in a Lakers uniform, but with a Nets logo on the card. We talked about that a little bit before. And there's the little note of when he was traded. And, of course, our Nets team name on the back as well, designating that that's where that card is headed. I'll be interested to see how long UCLA holds them out. You know, I mean, the suspension is, quote, indefinitely. But do you remember, this was last year or was it year before last? Maybe last year. When, what's his head for Duke? Why did his name just go right out of my head? Grayson Allen. Kept tripping people. Do you all remember that? I'm sure you do. It's like hard to forget that. And so he got in trouble. And if you remember, Duke suspended him indefinitely, quote unquote. He sat out, what was it, like 1 game? I think it was like 1 game. And they're like, well, if you're only going to suspend the kid for 1 game, why not just say, we're only going to suspend him for 1 game? But no, they're going to say indefinitely and then like bring him right back. So I will be curious to see if the same thing happens with Alonzo's little brother. That is to $199 on the Kyle Korver for the Cavs. Because, you know, if they try to hold him out too long, you know Daddy LeVar is going to go insane. Legends of the Ball, Larry Bird. For the Magic, Wesley Iwundu. Yeah, okay, Wesley for the Magic is that one. So you wonder, though, will they pull him out or threaten to pull him out and homeschool him if UCLA tries to suspend him for too long? Because, I mean, that's what he's doing with LaMelo, right? Pulled him out of high school to homeschool him. I mean, you wouldn't think he would want to pull him out of UCLA because I don't think that's to 2017. I don't think LiAngelo projects to be a one and done. So you would think he would leave him there. But it is LeVar Ball, so anything could happen. And I love, though, that his thing to the press was like, oh, yeah, it ain't no big deal. And I think that's literally what he said. Ain't no big deal. It's like, oh, come on, man. It's kind of a big deal. Your kid and 2 of his buddies arrested in China? I mean, you don't want to get arrested in those kind of places overseas. You don't want to get arrested anywhere. But you surely don't want to get arrested overseas anywhere. Because their justice system is a bit different than ours. A little Draymond Green, numbered to 10. I think that says 2 of 10, maybe. It's down there. Yeah, I think that is a 2. It's down there in the lower left corner. With the little Draymond Green. Willie Cauley-Stein was upside down there. Another Kobe. DeAndre Bembry to 99 for the Hawks. Alrighty, coming up on our last box of this break. And then later tonight I'll come back and do the memorabilia and stuff from the 15th. That'll be a completely separate event. I'll record it separately and everything. I'll do it later tonight, or yeah, probably just later tonight. Because I will attempt to at least initiate a live stream for the last of the auctions, which end tonight, the ones that were already posted before all this internet mess happened. I'll attempt to initiate a stream so I can at least go into chat, you know, and kind of let everybody know what's going on. So I'll have to stop and do that before too long is the moral of the story. Although it is a pretty quick break. I don't know. I might have time to fit it in first. Either way, it'll be a whole new recorded event. This one will end, and then the next one will go up. Will be done at some point in the near future, and it will all be uploaded tomorrow from somewhere that has a decent public Wi-Fi. We are getting there. They're all just empty wrappers that I already opened. I just got lazy and didn't throw them off to the side one at a time like I normally do. Here's a little kitty cat down there. Probably getting ready to chase his sister up the stairs at a high speed in a minute. Well, look at that. We hit a little 1 of 1. You never really think about hitting 1 of 1s in hoops, do you? But we did. We hit Goran Dragic for the Heat with a little 1 of 1. We'll go ahead and put him in something right now. And you guys probably know, most of you have broken with me before. I think there are a few that may not have, and well, based on what all has happened this week, probably won't again after my lovely internet issues. But anyway, if you haven't done a break with me before and you don't know this already, if you ever want something put in a one-touch case, I am always happy to do that. All you need to do is send me a message on eBay And it is at my cost for the case and, you know, whatever PayPal wants to charge us to transact, to receive the money. That's to $1.99 on the Dante Exum. Usually ends up being around $3 a case, unless it's like for a booklet or a really, really thick card or a weird size. That's the 2017. Then it might be a little bit more. But anyway, I'm always happy to do that sort of thing. I have most of the sizes here, and if I didn't have it here, chances are the hobby store would have it. Legends of the Ball. I used to just kind of always go there and get them, and then there for a while we went through a little spell where a lot of people wanted them, so I just kind of bought a handful of the various sizes, and I have them here now. Makes it a little easier. Man, this is the second time, not tonight, but the second time out of Hoops that we have pulled Dakari Johnson for the Thunder. I know he was a UK player, and that's all fine and good, but this still just bugs me. Because, first of all, you would expect to find that like in his rookie year, right? Which was 2015. Not in a 2017 product. Secondly, oh, here's Hassan Whiteside with the red back for the Heat. Secondly, I think he's still down in the G League, or D League, which they now call the G League, since Gatorade sponsors it. But anyway, I think, isn't he still down there? So why is he in this product? Miami Heat. Bam Adebayo we got next. Because if you're going to put veterans in there, at least put in ones that are like well-known and playing. John Collins, we got next for the Hawks. I'm not a fan of, Dakari being in there in his rookie year. I'm cool with that, because at that point we don't know how he's going to turn out, right? We don't know if he's going to be awesome or what. Shumpert for the Cavs, numbered to $1.99. But once you're 2 years later, if the kid's still down there in the D League, G League, whatever you prefer to call it, then maybe, stop putting his autographs and stuff. That's all I'm saying. Of course, it probably doesn't bother you guys like it does me. I don't know. That kind of stuff just irritates me. That is to 2017. Because, it's not like their products are inexpensive at Panini. Right? These are obviously on the lower price point than some of their other products if you looked at the per card cost. But still, I don't like that. I don't think they should do that kind of thing. They probably just said, oh, look, we got some of these left over from when he signed them 2 years ago. Let's put them in Hoops. A little Zach Collins for the Trailblazers. Someone told me they have completely different, and I guess this makes sense, completely different teams at Panini. So, like the basketball people don't necessarily know what the football people are doing, and so on and so forth. But you would think that maybe they could coordinate a few things like that. Like, you wouldn't see that in football. You wouldn't see a rookie from a couple years ago who's not made a team and is maybe playing in the, on a practice squad somewhere. You wouldn't see his signature in a 2017 football product. Or maybe Dakari's been called up from the D League and I just don't remember it. Maybe I'm ranting for nothing, but in any case, I don't think anybody would consider that to be a high-end hit, no matter how you want to slice it and put it like that. I went a little Jason Tatum. Is that the first Jason Tatum rookie we've seen go through there? I don't know. Might be. We've probably seen some others. I just didn't notice them, maybe. Here is one numbered to 499. We're in a conference finals. Don't see those as often. Still high numbered at 499, but whole lot less than 2017 on the other numbers, for sure. I'll just flip them. So in a minute, we're going to be finishing this up. As you see, we will do our recap before I sign off of here. So courtside Isaiah Thomas. And once again, this is another example. You'll see it says Cavaliers. He's in a Celtics uniform. We all think of him as being a Celtic, but you know he was traded, and it is designated as Cavaliers on the card, so that's where it goes. You know, if somebody's been traded, and we know they've been traded, but the card still were to, you know, if it's still designated the original team on the card, it was going to go to the team, you know, that you see on the card. It's always going to be the case, but most of the time they do have them updated. Here are our We Got Next. I think I set all of these aside. It's always possible that I accidentally mixed one in with the general cards over there, but I tried to set all of these aside because they are our rookies and thought you might be interested in them. And here are some of our numbered cards. This one's over there just because it was to $4.99 versus $9.99 or 2017. That's to $1.99. That one is in there just because it has the red back, that variation. $1.99. That is to $99. That is to $10. $1.99 to $25. $1.99. $1.99 to $99. To $1.99, $1.99, $99, and to $99 on that, and $1.99 on Patrick Beverley. And then, of course, our 1 of 1, Goran Dragic for the Miami Heat. Which brings us to our signature hits. Zach Collins for the Trailblazers. Takari Johnson for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Wesley Owandu for the Magic. I still don't think I got that spit out right. D'Angelo Russell for the Nets. Frank Mason for the Kings. Little MKG, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist for the Hornets. Marcus Smart, Celtics. Frank Jackson, NOLA. Nice little Magic Johnson for the Lakers. A sweet little hit right there for the Lakers. And then Gershon, somebody or another, for the Celtics. So let's bring the phone back up here so you can see we are still on Thursday, November 16th. The time just changed to 8:20 p.m. So, again, I don't remember what time we started, but the number of minutes will match up anyway. From when you look at the length of the video and the time that was on the phone when we started and the time when we're ending, of course, you saw that it never moved anyway. But, you know, that's the only way I knew how to show that it just went straight through start to finish. So, hopefully, you know, that works out okay for everybody. And that wraps up this one. As always, I thank you guys very much. I am very, very, very sorry for all of the delays and the problems with the internet issue. Believe me, I never dreamed it was going to take this long to fix. If I had known it, I would have gone in and ended all the auctions for the week when it first happened. But I've never seen anything drag on like this. It's been terrible. But anyhow, the next time you see a listing from me go up, you will know it is fixed and we will be safe and good to go. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you very much. We'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.